Hey, I'm Ryan, and welcome to my Freelance Journey vlog series, where I share my stories in becoming a full-time freelancer. Hopefully, it helps you in your own journey. If you do know anyone that would enjoy this content, please share using the link at the bottom of your screen. So in my last video, I had talked about my Ryan Learns to Code live series. My goal is to so my main focus for this channel is mostly going to be that, because that's kind of where my focus is right now in terms of freelancing and whatnot. So. My goal is to do it weekly on Sundays, but I reserve to write the I reserve to write I reserve the right to let life happen, and more on that later. So. As a result, the cadence for this particular vlog series is more going to be kind of a monthly thing. Again, it's not going to be strictly that much, but that's kind of the general cadence that I'm going for. So I've also been kind of picking up my activity with the local developer community. Well, not necessarily picking up, but continuing. I've found a pretty good cadence, I think, as far as like meetups and events and whatnot. So I definitely feel like I've kind of found my tribe a bit. Being an introvert, I'm not naturally a socially active person. In fact, I'm very socially awkward. I'm finding I'm not quite sure how to put this, but I'm finding the social experiences I'm having with the local developer community has been very lubricated. I don't know if that's if that's the right word, but there hasn't been as much of the I just want to be the guy sitting in the back corner and not really talk to anybody. I haven't really felt that much, which actually that's normally when I get into social situations, I'm very much that guy where I'll like interact with like less than a handful of people, and it's like, okay, it's time for me to go. But I haven't really notice that, probably because there's a good chance that everyone else in the room is like that, to some degree. So I'm maybe I'm just noticing more kinship or whatever, but it definitely tore away a fallacy I had that with. At least here, there's no "you must be this skilled to enter," kind of thing. At least here in the Denver area, they definitely have the understanding that like in Python, we all start at zero, and of course I have that every so often I have the thought of like, God damn it, why didn't I do this earlier? If I had only started this 6 months ago, I could have blah 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 blah. But we all have our timeline, so it took certain So yeah, I'm trying to not let that kind of be a dominating thing as I go through this. So yeah, and that segues nicely into my next topic, which is I have a new addiction, and they're hackathons. So I talked about my first one, the NASA Space Apps Challenge, and just past Saturday, I worked. The first, I went to local hack day, and this was up at CU Boulder, and yeah, just the process of like meeting other developers with different experiences and perspectives, and getting a team together, and kind of seeing where our strengths are, what we want to learn, and brainstorming ideas as far as projects we could do, and bouncing ideas off of each other as we encounter problems. And it's a rush. I really can't think of another way to put it other than that. It just confirmed like all of the new thing. I talked in the previous videos. I talked about the preconceptions that I had that were torn down by participating in the NASA Space Apps Challenge, and all of those new ideas that were put in their place were only confirmed by the local Hack Day. And so I live in Denver. I don't have access to a car. I haven't had a car in almost 6 years now. So I use public transit, which means it took a while to get up there. I left my place at like 5:15 in the morning. Now, I could have. Now, my whole goal was to learn JavaScript, do something in JavaScript with a team, and that's all my goal was. And I could have slept in. I could have gone to numerous. I mean, there's so many free online places where you can do it exactly that. You can cover all of JavaScript essentially, to the best of my knowledge, which again is very little. So take it with a grain of salt. All right. I say that with the disclaimer that I don't really know what I'm talking about, but it just seems to me like there's a lot of places online that you can go to learn as much about JavaScript as you want. And so anyway, I could have done that and been exposed to a lot more of JavaScript than I was at the event. But again, there's just the working on a problem with a team in person. I mean, there's just I would have been exposed to more JavaScript had I just stayed home and got used the online resources, blah 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 blah. I would have been exposed to more about JavaScript by doing that. I actually absorbed more about using JavaScript by participating in the local Hack Day. So it's my new addiction now. So So I wanted to vlog this one just like the NASA hackathon, but this was definitely a different beast. I did record some pieces, but there couldn't really get like footage of like the event itself, and kind of circle back to what I said earlier in the episode, is with the Learns to Code live series. I was planning up until Sunday morning. I was planning on doing another episode of Ryan Learns to Code, and no. My body said no. So as I mentioned already, I'm an introvert, and I needed the day to recharge, and so that it just didn't happen. So I know that stuff like that is going to come up. So that's why with the Learns to Code live series, I'm not necessarily gonna keep to a strict schedule, because sometimes stuff happens, and it's just not going to be doable on that day for whatever reason. So yeah. Anyway, so thank you for watching. If you do like what you see and want to stay up to date, please like and subscribe. Feel free to check out the rest of my vlog series. If you have any comments or questions, please post them below, and I'll see you in the next chapter.